Hey guys, another video for our English-friendly Japan playlist. As many of you already know, we have spent the last 7 years collecting good English-friendly businesses around Japan who can help out the English-speaking people who watch our videos and follow what we do, because we get questions all the time from people sending us emails and messages and leaving questions in our videos. Do you know where I can find a good English-friendly barber in Japan, or an English-friendly accountant, professionals, accountants and lawyers and people like that, and then bars and restaurants and things like that as well. So people contact us asking for all sorts of things. However, one of the most sort of urgent ones, other than doctors and dentists, that's probably one of the most urgent ones, but one of the other most urgent ones that we get is IT. Because people are in Japan, the only way they can connect with their people at home usually is by their computer, and quite often people need them for their work or for whatever as well, for study. And so of course if they have a computer problem, it's urgent. So we get a lot of questions from people saying, do you know someone who can fix my computer? Or do you know somewhere I can buy a new computer? And unfortunately it's been something we've really struggled with. We've managed to find doctors and dentists and lawyers and accountants and people, but it's been really hard to find good, reliable, genuinely English-friendly computer sales and repair people. So of course our definition of English-friendly is that you can do everything with them in English. So if they have some English on their website, or you know, someone in there that's in there 2 days a week who can speak English or something, it's not really enough. What we really define by English-friendly is that the customer can do business with them using only English from beginning to end. So that they don't need to write any Japanese, they don't need to speak any Japanese or understand any Japanese at all. That's what we consider to be genuinely English-friendly. So that's the first requirement that we have for anyone that goes on our directory. The other one is we're a bit careful too about companies. We want companies that have good reputations. So we sort of check them out a little bit before we let them go on there to make sure. Usually most of the ones on there come from recommendations, and that's reassuring. If someone else that we've known for a few years recommends someone to us, that's quite reassuring. We're then more confident to recommend them to you because, you know, we've heard that they're good. And conversely, if somebody tells us that someone isn't good or they've had problems with them, we're more hesitant to let them go on the directory. So we've really struggled. We really have struggled. Every now and again someone will prompt us, someone will send a message, do you know someone good in Yokohama, or do you know where I can buy a computer here or there? And of course in Japan, you know, we can go to electrical stores in Japan and buy computers. It's quite easy, and there are some companies in Japan who sell computers that have English operating systems, or with Windows you can just change from Japanese to English, and some have Japanese English keyboards. Some of you might know already the difference between, we made a video about this once, between an English keyboard and a Japanese keyboard is not a big difference actually. It's not a big difference, but it's just enough of a difference to drive you nuts, because when you use it it's just slightly different, and so you just keep making mistakes because it's just slightly different from an English one. So of course there are shops in Japan where you can go and you can buy a computer and have the system, the operating system in English, and you can have an English keyboard, but usually that requires quite a degree of Japanese skill to achieve. And then as an ongoing thing, one of the biggest problems that we hear from people is that they have problems with their computer and struggle to get them fixed because they're taking a computer with an English operating system to a Japanese tech and trying to explain to him what the problem is, and then, you know, the frustrations that go with that, and then he's not quite sure what they're on about and what they've done with their computer, and so we hear problems with this all the time. So of course, like lots of these things, there's nothing better when you have a problem like that if you can deal with someone whose English is really good and can help you right through from beginning to end. So we have managed to find a couple. We do have some. So if you are in Japan and you have an IT problem and you need your computer fixed, or you want to buy a new computer, have a look on the English-friendly directory, because we do have some companies on there already, some businesses on there already, and there should be some more going on there this week. We've spoken to a few other people who should be going on there this week, and then we're going to spend the rest of, well, this month's just about over, but we're going to be pushing the next few weeks. We're going to be pushing really hard, because ideally what we want to do is we want to find people who can repair people's computers and also sell them new ones and service new ones for them anywhere in Japan. So we have to cover from Hokkaido to Okinawa. We have to try and cover all of it. So what we're doing is we're asking people in Japan who do business in Japan, in particular, business people in Japan, who they use and if they know somebody who's English friendly, and we're getting some good recommendations from them. So what this video is about is two things. First of all, those of you who are looking for help with your computer or wanting to buy a new computer in Japan, please look on the English friendly directory, have a look on there and see if you can find someone there to help you. Or if you know somebody in Japan who is good at repairing computers and or who sells and services computers, please tell them to put their info on the directory, or please tell us about them so we can contact them, because we're really going hard. This is our mission at the moment. One of the guys we spoke to about this called it a roundup. He said, you're a roundup of IT people, and that's sort of what we're doing. That's what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to round up all the English friendly ones, because you know some of the categories on the directory are good and useful, you know, like bars and restaurants. You know, go to a bar and restaurant that's English friendly, you can read the menu and all that sort of stuff. That sort of stuff's all very nice, but some of the stuff's more important. We think that the directory really comes into its own on the important stuff, like the doctors and the dentists and the lawyers and the accountants and the IT people, because this stuff is life-changing stuff. You know, those of you who've lived in other countries and those of you who live in Japan know, if you lose your computer, if your computer stops working for some reason and you can't access the internet, it's devastating for most of us, absolutely devastating, because we're just isolated, you know. So we think this is one of the most important categories we have, so that's why we're pushing so hard on it. So yeah, if you're looking for some IT people, please have a look on the directory. If you know of any good IT people, please let us know. Thank you for that. More videos coming soon.